Alright, I'm back. In this video here, I'm going to show you how to bend a piece of tubing, square tubing, without a die. I'm making a project and I don't want it to normally you take two pieces, weld it like that, then you got an open here, or you do it like that and then you have an open here. Well, I don't want an opening on the project I'm making, and I don't have a bending die for square tubing, and I'm not going to spend hours making one on the lathe and then making the whole press and everything for something I'm not going to use that often, when I found an easier way to do it. I drew it out on the table here. This is my pipe here, or square tubing here. It doesn't have to be square. The most important part is the thickness of it, not the width, because you'll see when I make my cut. So you can this is 1 by 1 and it's 20 thousandths thick. Now this could be 3 inches wide, 1 inch this way here. It's still going to be the same process. It goes on by this here, this determination here. If this was 2 inches, then you'd make it bigger. Well, let me show this here. I know I'm not making any sense, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to put in a 2-inch radius. What I've discovered is, if it's a 1-inch piece of across, then you just double it, which will give you a 2-inch radius. So you come in here and put a 2-inch radius on it, and by this being 1 inch wide, I'm going to take half of that and move a line back here a ½ inch away. That'll give me a good starting point, and you'll see that when I start to make it, what I'm talking about. So I'm going to start off by establishing this line here. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to establish this line here. It's going to be backwards for you when I'm drawing it. So I'm going to draw a line here all the way around. Okay, the reason I drew this line here is it gives me some place to put my radius. Now I'm going to line the top of my washer up. This is 2-inch diameter. So I'm going to line the top of my washer up with the edge here, and also this mark here. And I draw my radius like that. Hope you can see this, the radius there. Then I'm going to go on this side here, turn it over, and do the same thing over here. Okay, now I have my radius here, and I also have my radius here. Now what I want to do, I want to back off a ½ inch from that line there. Then I draw a line. Now you just do it on 3 sides. This top here does not get cut. Here's your radius on both sides. You do not cut this top. So I got my ½ inch line here. Now I transfer it around on 3 sides. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, well, the other thing is, now, I hope this is in here, this edge right here, you're going to cut this off. This is all going to be cut out here. Same thing with the bottom. And this side here. And then I draw my line from the radius. I hope this is showing up. Over to here. I am not cutting the top. Now this is going to be the... Now when you come in here to make your radius, you want to make it as good as possible. You don't want to hack it up. And I'll show you that. I'm going to take my Dremel now and cut everything, so you may want to turn down your noise, or the volume, excuse me. And do the same thing with the radius on this side here. I have the radius cut on both sides. Now I'm going to cut this section here out. Alright, so now I have the radius cut in here, and I also have this cut here. Now I have to make one more cut connecting the two radiuses. I hope I'm in view. I'm going to cut this here out. Oh, forgot. Now that I have that all cut out, you can see how it starts to bend, open like that. Now I'm going to cut across the top here on the edge on both sides. Okay, now I have it like this. So what I do now, I do it backwards. You can see this is starting to wrap around the radius here. And then it comes in like that. I hope this is showing up. Now, normally, when you use a, where's my pen? Oh, there you are. Normally, when you're using a bending die, you're going to get a radius that's going to be something like this. A big radius. With this here, I just have a small radius here versus a big radius. So that's one reason why I'm doing this rather than a radius die or a bending die. And I messed up. I went too far on this side here. On this side here, it's not too bad. What I'm going to do, I'm going to tack it. And I can guarantee I'm going to blow holes through it because it's only 2,000 or 20 thousandths metal. So I know I'm going to blow a hole through here. But I'll just show you anyways. Give you an idea. Double check, make sure the camera's in. You can see what I'm doing. That doesn't look bad. Alright. Well, like I say, I'm going to tack weld it. I have my welder set on low 1. And this is that 130 meg flex core welder that I bought. I got it set on the lowest possible setting, and my wire feed is at 1. They say I'll be surprised if I don't blow a hole through it, but I'll give it my best shot. This piece doesn't mean anything. I'm going to be using 1/8 inch tubing in the future, and I would not use the Dremel to cut my radius on thicker stuff. I'll use my cutoff grinder. I didn't want to waste a lot of time spending grinding it and that for something I'm not going to use. This is just for strictly for educational purposes, I guess. So let me tack this up. Okay, well, I'm not going to waste a lot of time tacking it because it's not going to come out good anyways, because like I say, it's 20 thousandths. But and actually you come in here and you tack weld the top, and then you take your grinder and grind it down. Same thing over here. And say this is 20 thousandths metal. And I knew I was going to blow holes through it, but I just want to throw it out there so if somebody wants to make some bends in their project and they don't have a bending machine, then you can do it this way here. Now you can do 45s, but you'll just have to figure out this step back. You have to figure out this step back for a 45, which it won't be a 1/2 inch. It'll probably be more like a 1/4 inch, something like that. You have to play around with it if you want a 45 or any degree angle. But to get you started, I move 1/2 inch back, and that's only because this is 1 inch stock. This way, if this is wider, then I'd move. If this was 2 inches, then I'd use a 4 inch radius here. Well, throw this out here, and hopefully that'll help somebody. As always, my videos are free. Thank you for watching.